Good evening all, I'm the Hood of Oz, and what an epic episode of The Mole, part 6. Let's go! Apparently, this is week 4, and we started off with Acrobatic Challenge. Basically, we had the team split up from their 9. We had Wingmen, Kerry, Sam, Ali, and Sean and Nick. I'll explain why they're split up in a moment. And then we have our Mavericks, Alex, Asher, Hilal, and Aaron. Now, what the 4 Mavericks had to do was fly in a plane and basically tell the other groups what sort of maneuvers they were doing while they're in the air. They have to do this because the wingmen cannot see the entire flight plan. They are stuck inside an airplane bunker, I presume. And now, for each maneuver that they guess correctly, they get 2,000. Simple as that. The people on the ground had a quick demonstration of what the acrobatic moves were before the task started. Anyhow, the guesses we start off was Hilal and Asher was guessed by Sean and Nick, and they guessed Hammerhead for Hilal, which was actually the tail slide, and Asher they guessed the Chinese loop, which was correct. 2,000 right there. Next, Kerry, Sam, Ali guessed for Aaron and Alex. They guessed the twinkle roll for Aaron, which was correct, and the Chinese loop for Alex, which was actually a ruard. So all in all, they won 4,000 from this. Hooah! But it was only half they could have won. Going on to some new tracks they had down the line. Basically, they start off with 2 people and they had 2 suitcases. On these 2 suitcases were 2 places in Australia, cities. They had to judge from the Melbourne whatchamacallit. From there to those locations, which one was the furthest by the way the bird flies or crow flies. The person's suitcase who had the furthest location would have to get onto the train. They had about 60 seconds to decide this. The overall objective was, after going past each member of the team, that the suitcase which was the furthest would be the one at the end of the track to meet Shura. So we started off with Sam and Hilal. Now, I can't remember these. I just typed them up as quickly as I could. We had Alice Springs and Noosehead. They stuck with Noosehead. And then the train came along. We got Sam and Ali. Birdsville, Noosehead. They kept with Noosehead again. Sam and Nick, Longreach, Noosehead. They took along with Nick there. Nick and Asher said Uluru and Longreach. They went with Uluru here. And then Asher and Aaron had Catherine and Uluru. They weren't sure where Catherine was. I had to look it up. Asher and Kerry then met up with Hamilton Island and Uluru. They went with Hamilton Island. Kerry and Sean had Calgary and Hamilton Island. And Kerry told Sean that it was actually the direction furthest north. And she says this when she goes with Hamilton Island to the next stop, Alex, last stop, and says furthest north again between Hamilton Island and Mount Islo. And they go with Mount Islo. As it turns out, Catherine was the furthest. It was way up in Northern Territory. So they failed. $10,000 freebies for all, and we have the most gambling task yet. Basically, we have the contestants face off against Shura. They all are given a freebie each, and they can keep their freebie, or they have the opportunity to gamble with it. So they give it away, and they have a chance to get 3. If they guess how many cards Shura is holding inside this little box right in front of them. The box, of course, covered up on their side. There could be 1, 2, or 3 cards. If they guess incorrectly, they don't get anything, and they lose that freebie they had before. If they guess correctly, they get 3. Now, Ali's the only one who doesn't gamble for this. She keeps a 1 freebie. Sean loses his freebie. Asher gets 3. Aaron, 3. Kerry, 3. Nick, 3. Hilal loses his. Alex gets 3. And Sam loses his freebie as well. And Nick and Sean had a little contract where they'll both go for it with the deal that if one of them did not get it and the other did, that one who did get it would hand over their freebie to the other. This is a very smart play between the two of them. Next up, we had a game of Spot the Difference with a possible $20,000. Basically, it was a living picture, and it went through these motions, and then the group had to spot all the differences. There was 10 differences, and as they went along their lineup, they each got one guess. By guessing correctly, they earn $2,500 towards the pot, and this increases each time they get a correct guess. But if they ever get a wrong guess, that total resets back to 0. So it's a bit like the tightrope relay. So the order they had set up was Sean, Asher, Nick, Ali, Sam, Aaron, Halal, Kerry, and Alex. Unfortunately for them, they didn't realize that the lineup was going left to right. So we start off with Alex and ended with Sean. I'll do this quickly. We had correct, wrong at Sam, then correct, wrong at Sean, which means they lost all the money from a possible $7,500 after Sam. Then as a little bonus, they were offered 3 guesses to figure out the rest of the differences. By doing this, they can earn $1,000 for each guess. Only one person can call out these guesses. They designate Kerry. They call out guitar has changed from guitars have both become acoustic, the umbrella chains, and a girl walked off the different side of the picture. They got the first 2 of those guesses right, the third one wrong, and they won $2,000 from that. Such a major difference from $20,000. The last task was this zipline pinata. We had the teams pick bats from a bucket, which had the name of one of the other contestants in the show. And what they did, they'd have to go down slip line and hit these pinatas to earn whatever there was for whoever name was on the bat. If they earned money, that would go towards the pot. If they earned freebies or exemptions, they would go to that person. Now we had Sam hit for Sean, Sean hit for Ali, Ali hit for Aaron, Aaron hit for Nick, Nick hit for Asher, Asher hit for Alex, Alex hit for Kerry, Kerry hit for Halal, and Halal hit for Sam. Sean got 3 freebies, Alex got 2 freebies, and Sam got 2 freebies. Halal got exemption quiz for number 5. I lost track of the money input here, but they earned $13,500. Very good, very good. Now, a very, very interesting side plot we had here. We had Halal loan his exemption quiz to Asher, and she gave him a freebie because she felt sorry for him, and Halal felt that he was not going to make it through this quiz. Halal, of course, will get this loan back if he makes it to the quiz 5, but he was really unsure. And later we have Ali begging Nick for 1 freebie because she feels that he is the safest one in the competition. No spoilers, I'm gonna say that till I come to the elimination quiz. Of course, Alex completely refuses, but this means he can actually tell right away that Ali is not the mole. She's desperate. And it's funny. Quickly, people who thought who was the mole. Ali thought it was Alex. Aaron thought it was Alex, Sam, and Kerry. Nick thought it was Alex, Kerry, Sam, and Sean. Asher thought it was Kerry and Aaron. And Sean thought it was Alex, a little suspicious of Nick. The rest didn't give us their opinions. Then some quick green screens. We had Ali safe, Halal safe, then Alex gone. Possibly the smartest person in the competition. Just dumb. Yeah, I said it. He's dumb. I'm the Hood of Oz. Thanks for listening.